this is Saurav. In this video, we will learn how we can create multiplayer car racing game using MIT App Inventor. So, we will see the demo of this game first, then we will create this game from scratch. So, you can see that's the screen with this official sound, and you have to put your name. So, suppose let me just put my name here, and what I'll do, I'm going to click on start. That's the car sound. Now you can see in the top blue one is your car, it means that's my car, and you can see the one, it means there is only one player, and you can see the waiting for other player. If I click on that button, you can see button is not working right now because we need at least one more player. Okay, so what I will do here, I'm going to use my phone, and let me show you. Let me open my phone and open this game in my another phone. So you can see that's the game. So let me just click on this. Now we need to put a name. So in that I have to put suppose Harry. Okay, and you can see in the both screens, and whenever I click on that start button, so you can see this will change, and this will change text to start, and this button is not working, and whenever I click on start button in my another phone, this button will work. Let me just click on start. You can see the start both car. Let me just try, and you can see the red one is your both. If I'm click on that in my phone, you can see car is moving. Whenever I click on that, so this blue car is moving in both phone. See, like this. Let me just click again. Okay, I want to red blue car. Let me just go. Okay, you can see the blue winner is blue car in both phone, and you can restart your game again to play. Just click on restart. Here we go. So we are using here MIT App Inventor. So click on start new project, and my project name is car racing game. Okay, now we need to first design our game. So that's our first screen. So what I will do here, I'm going to drag and drop here one layout, and that one is vertical arrangement, this one, and make this height and width is fill parent like this. And we need some component like we need one button here, and we need one text box. So whenever someone open this game, so we have to display that thing. Now click on vertical arrangement and make it align horizontal center, and vertical should be center like this. Change that text to null, and we need to change that background color, vertical arrangement background color. So I'm going to use here one image. So click on image option, upload file. I already have some assets, so suppose this one, and let me just drag and drop it here. Okay, like this. Now that's the text box for fact. Now we need here one button image also. So I have image, this one is start button. Okay, now we need to set that image width and height. So I'm going to width is suppose 30%, and the height I'm going to make it 20%, or you can make it 15%. Oh, it's look perfect. Right. Now you can see that's the text box. So what I will do here, background color of that text box is none, and I'm going to make that text should be white, and I'm going to change that font size at least 18 like this. So that's our first screen. Now we need to add some music here. So I'm going to drag and drop here one media, click on media, and you can see here the player option, this one, or you can use sound also, and we need to select one sound. So upload file. I have some sounds file here. You can see that one, first call. So I'm going to make this one as a my home screen. You can set any other song also, so no matter. So yeah, that is fine. Now that's our first screen. Now we need to create another screen. So whenever someone click on that start button, so we need to hide this vertical arrangement, and we have to make another is one more layout, and that one is also vertical arrangement, this one, and make this width and height is fill parent. And now we need here one canvas. So you can see the media, sorry, drawing animation, drag and drop that canvas here, make it hide and width is fill parent like this, and we need one more layout here. So in that layout we will use your table arrangement, this one. Now we need to change that vertical arrangement background color. So let me just make it to black like this, and we need here buttons. So what you can do here, I'm going to make first, let me just make it in the center like this. Align horizontal should be center, and we need here some buttons. So suppose let me just put one button here. Okay, what you can do here, you can make this table arrangement column and with it 3 row 3 columns like this, and change that button like this, and make this height and width 50 pixel like this. And I'm going to upload here one image of that. So click on upload file. I have one up, this one. So let me just make it here. Okay, like this. So it's working fine. Now we need to add one more buttons like down, left or right like this, and remove that all text from all these buttons. Now we have completed that thing. Now control we have. Now we need to change that background color or background image of that canvas. So I'm going to use your background image, upload file, and I have that one road image, traffic image here. See that road image. Okay, and it's look fine. Now we need here 2 image split. So drag animation, one image split, this one and this one another. So select that one image split, and we need to upload one image here, picture, upload file, and we have 2 cars. So first one is blue and another one is red car. So upload that image here, and we need to upload for another also, but we need to set that height and width of that image split one. So I'm going to make it, this height is around 100 pixel. Let me just check, and then width is 50 pixel. How it's work? Yeah, it's cool. Now we need to add here image split 2. I'm going to make this width is 40, and I'm going to make this height is 70 like this. Let me just try with the picture, upload file. Another is red car, this one, drag and drop it, and okay. Yeah, it's perfect. You can set that one is also 40 and 70-40. So you can make this one is also 70-40 like this, 70, and the width is 40 like this, both cars here. Actually it's depend when you whenever you refresh that app, so it's look fine. Now that's the overall design. Okay, now we need here one notifier to display the winner. So we'll get that notifier here. We need one Firebase to connect that all the things with the database like this. Okay, now we need one more sound of car sound. So whenever we click on that start button, so we have to play one sound. So I'm going to use here one player again. So media player, this one, and in that player 2 I'm going to use one more file here, and that one is car sound, this one. So I'm going to use this car sound here. Second. So we have completed that overall design of our game. Okay, so in first screen, that's the second screen, and that's the notifier. Now we have to code. First we will create the database. So let me just search here console.firebase.google.com, open this, and we need to create one project here. So click on add project, and we need to type your project name is suppose car racing game PCB, and click on continue, then continue. Create your project. After finishing this project, click on continue, and we need to create the real-time database. So in the left side you will find real-time database, this one, and we need to create database here, and just next and enable this. We need to do one more thing. We have to make that data is public like that. Let me show you how we can do that. Go to the rules, and we need to make this one should be enabled. It should be true. This should be true, and this one is also true, and make sure they should be published. Yes, and now go to the data and you will find here that the URL, sometimes you are unable to load your database, so you just need to refresh this your whole tab, okay, and wait some seconds, so you will see that database. If this is still not working, see it's working now. So let me just dismiss this, and we need to just copy and go to the MIT App Inventor, click on Firebase DB, and we need to just set that URL here in Firebase URL, this one. Now we have connected our Firebase to MIT App Inventor. We have completed the design. Now we have to code for this game. So what I will do here, first we need to hide this one, vertical arrangement, hide this one, and this one, make it, and we need to enable this one. Okay, now go to the block section. Whenever someone click on, or whenever the screen will initialize, first thing in screen will initialize, okay, one thing we have to do, go to the design, make sure whenever click on, yeah, this is make it hide. Whenever someone open this app, so we need to use here some condition, right? So if there is no player, so we have to make this, all these buttons should be disabled. So you can see the visible is not enabled. Enable this one, make sure they should be disabled. So we will make this enable after the second player is enter. Now that one is always disabled. We can use here to label also to display that's the player value, how many players are there. We can use one more label here, this one, to display that you have to wait or you have to start, and we can use here one more player to display the which one is your card. Your card is blue or red or something. So now we have to do code part. So go to the block. Whenever a screen will initialize, okay, so whenever a screen will initialize, then we have to play one player. So player 2 dot start. I'm going to play here. Let me just check that source player 2 is this one, and there is source is car. So and in the player 1 there is nothing, so I'm going to set that one music as the first call, this one, okay, and this one is player 1, so I'm going to set that player 1. Whenever our screen will initialize, we have to code for our first screen. It means, let me just hide this screen, visible one, and make it vertical one as well. So whenever someone put their name, and we have to, whenever someone click on that start button, it means which button, it means button 1. Then we have to code, we have to hide that vertical arrangement. So whenever someone click on button 1 first, and we have to hide our vertical arrangement 1 should be visible off, this one should be false, and we need to make this another vertical arrangement should be true. Which one? Second one, this one, okay. That's the whenever someone click on that start button. Now we have to store the value also, so we need to call here Firebase DB, and you can see the store value, this one, and in that value we will store the player count. So suppose one player is here, so suppose player count, let me just make it player count, and the value we have to store. So we have to store the one variable, one value. If suppose someone is come, so what we need to do, we need to create one variable here, this one, and the player count, I'm to make it something like the val, and I'm to define that value is 0 like this, and we have to store that value. So just count it, get that value, and we need to add here 1 plus. So suppose there is no player, it means the value is 0, it means this will become like player count is 1. If there is something value, then we need to add that value plus 1. Now we need to set that value. Whenever our screen will initialize, then we have to call one procedure here. So I'm going to create one procedure here, and this one, and in that procedure we will set the card position, and we will get that player count value, if there is one player or not. If there is some player, then we have to increase that value with 1. It means there is 2 players, then we can start our game. So we need to just call simple here Firebase store value. So first we will store the card position value. So in that here I'm going to use here 2 card names. So suppose first one is blue card, and the value we have to store is around, I'm going to store your value is 200. Why am I storing here 200? That's the Y position value of our car. Go to the design. Whenever click on that, let me just hide, make it enable this and make it hide this one, and you can see that car position is 137 in the Y. I'm going to make it 200 to start this car from here, something like here. So go to the block and just store another value, and that is red car. The value is 200. Now we have to get the player count value that we have set. So we need to call your Firebase get value, this one, and in that value, which tag we have to call? Your player count tag, to get the player count value. Now that's the procedure. I'm going to change that procedure name to car position, and here I'm going to make this procedure car position, I will call it here like this. So whenever a screen will initialize, then this will get the player count value and that will set the car position like this. Okay, now whenever someone click on that button 1, it means whenever someone click on that start button, so we have to set that vertical arrangement is fine, and we have a store of value also, counter value. Now but we have to check that one value, and which value? If the global variable val is suppose 1, then we have to define their car. It means red car is your, blue car is your, something like that. So how we can define? So we will use your one condition. So I'm going to make this procedure here, and we need to use your control if else condition. Suppose we will use your maths here, and we will get the global value, this one value. If the value is equal to 1, okay, if the value is equal to 1, then we will set label 3. It means which one label? This one label, and this label name is, label value is label 3. So this one we will set that label 3 value. So label 3 set label 3 dot text should be, we will define first player whenever someone is entered in that. So we have to define their car name. So we will define them like a red car, or you can say red car is yours, something like that. And we have to do another thing like else if condition, and else if, and we have to do same like if the value is 2. Oh, I'm sorry, we need to use here value is 1. If the value is 1, then we will define is like red 1 is your car, something like that. Red 1 is your car. Okay, and we will set that label blue 1 is your car. Now whenever someone click on that button, it means that button 2. So we have to move our cars, and we have to move both cars according to condition. Like, so how we can move that cars? So on that button 2, this is button 2 is fine. Yes, button 2. On that button 2 click on that button 2, and on that click we have to use your, first we need to check the condition. Okay, if suppose I'm using that one phone, so suppose if my car is red, okay, so then we have to move that red car only, not blue one. So how we can check that condition? So for that we will use your control if the label 3 dot text, it means that one label that we have defined here. So we will check your maths here, and if the red one is, that label text value is red 1 is your car is equal to label 3 dot text like this. If red 1 is your car is label 1 dot 3 dot text, then we have to move our car, red 1 car only. So we have to store your value. So I'm going to use your this one file store value, this one. We have to store that value in the red car, and we have to minus that value from the Y, because whenever I decrease the Y value, okay, suppose that's the 137, if I just make it 100, this one car is moving in the up position like this. So go to the block, so we have to minus our value. So go to the maths and minus this value like here, and we need to get the current value. It means we need to get the red car Y value. So it means which one is a red car? Let me just check it. This one, image split 2. Okay, so I'm going to make this one red image split. Okay, red IS, and this one is blue IS. Blue IS. Okay, image split. So go to the block. Now we have to minus value from a red car. Okay, so how we can do that? So we need to get the red car, that one red car, image split current Y value. This one red was dot Y. Okay, that, and we will minus that value from 10. Like this, we need to get one numeric and just type your 10 like this. This is fine. Now we need to do same thing for a blue car also. So we need to copy paste this whole, and if the text box value is blue car is your car, then we need to change your value. Tag should be blue car and the value should be blue car y dot minus 10. It's simple. Now we need to get the value. We have stored that value. Now we need to get the current value of red car, because we have to send that value to another device. Okay, because we are using here multiplayer game. So if I just press the button and my car goes to upside, and this should be happen in the another device also. So we need to get that value from the database in both phone. So I just simply call your Firebase to get value, this one after storing, and the get is red car, and here I'm to get that value of my blue car value. Simple. That is good. Now this is simple. Now we have to code for data change, because whenever we get the value, okay, so data will change, then we have to update that code. So on that data change, so click on Firebase and you can see your data change. So whenever we have done lot of things here, we require the data change everywhere. So first we need to set here, we are focusing on the player count value. So whenever we store that value +1, so our data will change. So we are going to use your condition. If the tag, see the control, if the tag is, whenever the data is changed, if the tag value is logic here and get tag, and the get tag value is suppose the player count that we have stored. Okay, so whenever we store the player count, this code will call, and that position we will set the label value to get value. So go to the design, just click on that. You can see the label 1, this one, and we have to change the text color to white, make it okay like this, so people can see that white, and here we need to do it white, and make sure remove that text from here like this, remove the text and remove the text. So we will display one value here. So go to the block and we will set label 1, this one, label 1 dot text, this one as our value. This one we are getting the current value. Now we have to set that get value in that set. We have to set that value. You can see that set value, set global value is that we have get, this one. Okay, now we have to check another condition, like simply call another if, and in that condition we have to check if the global value, it means that one value is equal, if the get tag value, if the get global value, it means this one get value, you can call it from here that get global value. If the global value is equal to 2, it means there is 2 player. Okay, if there is 2 player, then we will set, first we need to, if there is 2 player, then we have to enable our buttons that we have disabled. Okay, so we will create one procedure here simply, and that procedure name is suppose enable button, enable btn. In that procedure I am going to use here all buttons, like button to set enable should be true, this one, and make this one not true like this, and we have to just copy paste 3 times like this, like this, like this, and button 2, for button 3, for button 4, and for button 5. You can see that all buttons, and we will call that procedure. We will call that procedure here. If the global value is 2, then we will call that procedure here. It means our button is enabled. Now we can play this game. Now we can move our car. Now we have to move our car, but we have to store that player count value should be 0. Otherwise, whenever the game over, then whenever someone returns, then they can start playing that game, but we have to stop them. So we need to set that player count value should be 0. So how we can do that? You need to just call your Firebase, and you can see the store value, this one, and the tag should be player count, and the value we have to store is 0. It's simple. Fine. This is fine. Now we have to use more conditions, like let me just move it here like this. And now whenever this is for the set or value to 0. Now whenever the blue car is updated, okay, whenever the blue car is updated, control. Now how it's updated, you can see whenever I click on that button to move our car, then this will store the red car value. It means we are updating that value. It means this block will call. First we need to check which tag is updated. So logic is simple. If the cat tag is equal and the tag value should be, this should be suppose red car. Red car. Now we have to move our car. So we need to call here move function to our ls. This is the red car. Call move dot, where is this move, and we have to move that car. And here you can see the x position should be always same, because we are going to straight forward. So that's why we are using here the 250 for the static value, but the y value should be get value, this one that that is updated, this one like this. And we have to just do for the same for a blue car also, like simply blue car get value, it's fine. And we need to just change here blue car. Now we need to create 2 more variables, because now we have set or everything. Now we have to check the result, who is winner. So first we will create one procedure here for the checking result. The procedure is, and the procedure name is say result, get result. In that procedure we will call a lot of things. So we need to check that result. So whenever the car is updated, location updated, position is updated, then every time we will get that get result position, okay, and we will call it here also. Now what will happen, whenever we are moving our car, then y value will decrease, and whenever our car will reach that age, then the y value is going to be 0. Okay, so we have to check if the value of any car is 0, then we have to make that car winner. So first we need to create the 2 variables to store that value, like suppose variable noti and red, and we will set that value to 0 something here, and for this one is for blue car, and we have set that value to 0. Now we have to set, okay, wait a second, we don't want to set this 0, we are going to set this value to something 2 or 3, anything that you, but make sure don't set that value to 0. Now we have to set that value should be 0. In what condition? If whenever the car will update, so we will set whenever the car will update, so we will get that value and we will set that value here also. Suppose we have minus that value 250 minus 10, then 240. This will store in the notifier. But in the last, whenever the car reached that age, then this will store the value of 0 also. So whenever someone, it means copy paste this, whenever the notifier red car or blue car value is 0, then we will set your condition that that car is winner. So in that get result, we will check the condition. If logic, if so we need to use control if the notifier car, okay, so, and we will call that always that call get result procedure, okay, And whenever the notifier call, it means we need to get that this one, suppose get notifier value, that notifier value. If the get notifier value is less than, or you can say then less than or equal, so we have to use here this one maths function, and here I'm going to remove this, is less than, okay, or equal to 0, less than or equal to 0, then we will make this one winner. And we have, and who is winner in that position, we have to call the this one. Here we have is a notifier, so we will call here one notifier, simple notifier, this one. So message display, and we will display some messages like like message like winner, or you can say the blue car, yeah, so blue car, blue car, simple I just say blue car, and in the title I will say the winner, and in the button text I am going to just write down here race star, like this. Same thing we have to do for the another. If the global notifier red value is less than 0, then we will set that value to display here. Now whenever we red car or blue car is win that game, so we have to set their position, okay. So we will call here procedure that we have created car position, this one, okay, and we have to set that for both, no matter which car is winner. And that point we need to hide that vertical arrangement, okay, and we will hide that vertical arrangement true and make it the false, okay, and we have to display the another vertical arrangement, it means first one is true, like this. And we have to do same thing for again like for this also, like this. To call here one more thing is Firebase got value. Suppose let me just show you got value there, because this value will check that there is two player or not. So first we will set a global value, and we will set that value like you can see that value, and I'm going to make it here, and let me just zoom it to this, and the set global value, whenever we got the value, then we will set that as a value. Whenever we got value, we will set that global value to get value, and we have to check your condition. So let me just make it here like this one, and we have to use your control if condition like that, and we have to check the condition like logic equal if the get value, it means that one. Now for the global get value, so we need to go here, or you can say you can get it from here also, like this. Oh, sorry. Whenever we get the value, if the get value is equal to 2, this one, then we will enable our button. So we have to call this procedure here, so click on enable button like this. We need to move our car, actually this is important. So control if, whenever we get some value, whenever we store our car value, suppose my car is red, whenever I click on that up button, so I have to store that the code will store value of blue car in the database. Now we have to get, whenever I got the value, then I will update that value in the another device also. So simply I need to call your condition again to check that the value of that like that tag, if the get tag is equal to the blue car, it means that we have set as blue car, okay. Then we have to move our car, it means this is blue car, and we have to move this one to the get value position, but the y value should be static, and that but we have defined I think 200, right? In the initial point that we have defined car value is 250, x value is 250, so I'm going to define here 250 here. And same thing I have to do, like just copy paste this thing, change get value is equal to red car, then I have to set that value as a blue car, and that is red car. We have to do some changes, you might get error on that. So we can see the value if tag is not there, we are using a numeric. So I'm going to use here the max and I'm going to use here 0, this one. And second thing, go to the designer and we need to change here this one. We can be level 2 and we need to set here waiting for other player. Okay, and you can change that font size to around 18. Go to the block and whenever our button is enabled, you can see the button is enable button that we have called. In that position we will set that label to okay, let me just make it, sorry, so let me just make that set label to dot text. Whenever our button is enabled, it means our game is started. So we will use it here like start, like this. Now one more thing, whenever I check that font, you can see the message or a blue card is winner. Okay, not this blue, but here is also blue, so I'm going to make it red. It's fine. So that's the overall code. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have some doubt, you can ask me on comment. Please subscribe my channel, like this video and share this video. Have a nice day. Be safe. Bye bye.